Alright, we're out here on the Africa Twin. Alright, this is the Africa Twin DCT model. I've never ridden a DCT. Okay, we're in drive now, so I just twist and go. So it looks like they've got the adventure bikes like the CBs, Africa Twins, and then you got your big tours coming up at the 10:15 ride, 15 minutes after. This is going to be so weird. Good grief, it's already upshifting that much. My goodness. I'm sitting lower in this seat than I am on my Versys. At least I feel like it. I'm sure these handlebars are up higher because it is an adventure bike. It makes it easier to stand on. Yeah, 37 miles per hour and I'm already in 6th gear. That's, oh yeah, this is rumbling. I do not like that. Need to change the mode. My feet are a little bit more forward than it is on my Versys, so I feel like I'm just like actually just sitting down. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe I'm just used to my bike. Let's try urban mode. Okay, switch to sport mode 1, I think it is. I just hit the button one time. Already it feels like the gears are doing just a little bit better for me. Golly, this fog, man. Alright, the bike is a lot better in this sport mode, although doing all these twisties is really kind of hard to tell. But we'll see what we can do. It's a comfortable bike though, very comfortable. A little bit of fog. I've been here before. I just tried downshifting manually and it was like it didn't like that. Yeah, you definitely want to run this in sport mode. The drive mode, it shifts really quickly, and so you can be in a higher gear at very low speeds, which makes it feel like it's just lugging along. I don't like that feeling. It's probably just for fuel efficiency's sake, which Honda's really good at. Let's see what this engine braking is like. Yeah, there's not much engine braking at all like right now in sport mode. I'm not sure how much this bike weighs. Let's maybe we can put that on the screen right now. But it doesn't feel terribly heavy, but I'm probably not the best reference for that. I'm, I guess, taller than average at 6'2", and so the bigger, heavier bikes, the additional weight doesn't affect me as much as, say, other riders. But of course, just like with any bike, once you're at speed, the weight goes away. But you know what? This is fun. I like this bike. Uh-oh, bicyclists, we're gonna have a time passing them on the way back. Oh man. There's good responsive handling, feels good. Like, I really feel like I'm sitting in this bike. Like, you know, there's some bikes you sit on and some bikes you sit in. This is more of the, you're in this bike. The great thing about the DCT is if you come into a turn like that and you have to slow down a lot, you don't have to worry about handling the clutch if you have to, or downshifting. You just worry about, like you're driving a car, you know, you just hit the brakes, slow down as you need to, and just keep the bike upright. I think there's some benefit to that. While the DCT may not always do exactly what you want it to, unless you dial in your user settings and things like that, I think there is a lot of benefit to this, that it's one less thing to focus on. Like this sharp turn right here, like, do you downshift, do you have to feather the clutch, things like that. I don't have to worry about that. I just lean into it, go at the speed that I'm comfortable with. Here we go. Okay, halfway, and just ride it back. I can certainly see the benefit of the DCT. Like I said, handling these corners, you don't have to worry about shifting in the corner, feathering the clutch if you're on the twisties. This could also be a huge advantage if you're a commuter and in stop and go traffic, your left hand's not going to get worn out by working that clutch so much. I wouldn't be opposed to having a DCT motorcycle. I don't know that I necessarily seek it out, but again, I see benefits of it. But as for this Africa Twin, the engine, very good. I think the early shifting by the DCT has thrown me off a little bit, but it certainly has the power to do whatever you want it to do. Get on it just a little bit here. So if I compare it to my Versys 1000, because that's what I have to compare it to, you know, the engine on the Versys is a lot smoother. I think that's primarily due to the fact that it's a 4-cylinder. They're always just going to be a little smoother. Handling wise, I feel like they're pretty much the same. They're both big bikes, but they handle very well. I think the seat's a little more comfortable on the Africa Twin. At least this version. I think this is the Sports Adventure, I think I saw, so it might be a slightly different from just the base Africa Twin. I don't know, I have to look at that and verify, but the seating position is a little more, just like I mentioned, my feet are forward a little bit, so it's a little more comfortable. Not that the Versys is bad, just this is, I think, a little bit better. The further we get into this ride, I am liking the DCT more on these twisties. I don't have to worry about upshift, downshift, finding the right gear. The bike just does it for me. So I'm actually appreciating that more and more as we ride this route. I hope I can ride the NC750X as well. I think all they have is DCT models here, which is fine, but it'd be a good comparison, and that was something that's in the ballpark of the Versys 650 I had. We caught up to him. We caught up to a lot of cars too. Oh, I'm wanting to grab the clutch at these slow speeds. Oh, and I don't need to. I don't know if this bike would trump the Versys 1000 that I have. No. For the riding that I do, which is pretty much all on the road, I'm going to stick with the Versys. But if you were to do any off-roading, any just like fire roads, parks, of course, adventure riding, ADV, and you could only have one bike, this would be the bike to go with, I think, because it has very much all the capabilities you would need for on the road and touring. Big enough engine to get you where you need to go, and then the capability to do all the doggy, and then the capability to do what you want to do off-road. I think if you want some more information about the Africa Twin and the DCT model specifically, go check out Amanda Zitto as the Magpie Flies on YouTube, and she's been doing all these trips recently on an Africa Twin with DCT. I mean, surely if you're watching my content, you've heard of her, so yeah, go check out her stuff. I mean, she'll have a lot more reviews on this bike, but yeah, this, I can see why the Africa Twin is a very popular bike, and the DCT is very good. I can also understand why people would want the manual transmission over that. There goes the other group on the gold wings and stuff. Very nice ride. I thought I was going to have a real hard time adjusting to the DCT without the clutch lever and shifter, but actually I haven't. It was pretty easy to just say, oh, twist and go. Yeah, I think I prefer DCT and the twisties. Just, I said it before, but just, you don't have to worry about shifting. It's one less thing. You can focus on the ride, focus on your curves and your brakes and things like that, and then just twist and go. It's turned out to be a great day to ride this, so big thanks to Honda for having this event. Thanks to Two Wheels of Suches for hosting this event. This is great. I haven't been to like any Honda demo days, so this is my first one in 7 years of riding. Woo! Oh, I find myself wanting to reach for a clutch lever a little bit right now, just on these really slow, but it's pretty easy to remember. You don't have to. It's really weird at super low speeds though. Interesting.